Well, did he score 3 goals or did he score 4? That really is the only thing that's still in question. What is not in question is that Ron Davies was undoubtedly the outstanding figure in that match at Old Trafford yesterday. We're delighted that he's our big match guest today. With him now is Jimmy Hill.
Was it 3 or 4, Ron?
Well, Jim, to tell the truth, I thought it was 4.
You did? You prepared to argue that?
Definitely, yes.
Well, you'll have a chance in a minute when we can look at the pictures, but first of all, what I'm interested in, what was your view of Manchester United? Are they over the hill?
Well, on yesterday's showing, I thought they were a bad side. Up front, they're just a team of individuals, and at the back, they're well, just wide open. There's no cohesion there whatsoever.
There's been lots of talk that Wilf McGuinness is harder in the training, getting them really fit. Would you say they appeared fitter than they did last season?
No, not really. You know, they look rather ragged to me, but, you know, when you're having a bad time, you know, and things are going against you, you know, things always look like this.
Of course, it could have been that Southampton were really brilliant, and Ron Davies in particular.
Well, we played a new system, 4-4-2, and it worked really well for us. I had the 2 wingers back, and for me it was great.
4-4-2. Just go into that a bit more for me. That's 4 in the back line, 4 in the middle line, just 2
up front. That's right.
And you're one of the 2 up front, yeah, with whom?
With Frank Saul.
Yeah. And you how have you played before? 4-3-3?
4-3-3, yeah, that's right.
So you bring one person back into the middle line and you score 4 goals away?
That's right, yeah.
Well, let's have a look how it works out in pictures. Anyway, the first goal was a typical Davies header from a beautiful movement. I'd love you to talk over this and show us just how it came about, because it was a real old-fashioned type football goal with all its beauty. Here it comes up now.
Well, let's Fisher with the ball there. He gives a great crossfield pass to John Sydenham. Sydenham collects it and plays it first time past the full-back. Beats him for speed.
Look at that acceleration there.
It's fantastic acceleration, John Scott, yes. Drags it on the inside.
Lovely little journey over it.
And cracks it over with his right foot. And I'm waiting there at the far post.
Where are we? Just coming
in now, that's it, yeah, over the back of Bill Fowkes there. Over it comes. And that's it.
Lovely how you sit there and just say, and that's it, a thing of beauty like that. It's good.
I think I can thank John for that goal anyway.
He really did wonderfully well.
Yeah, he done very, very well indeed, yeah.
Now the second one is the disputed one.
That's right. Yes.
This is the one that you think you scored, and some of the papers this morning are giving his own goals, some are crediting it to you. Just explain what happened there.
Well, the second goal was another cross from John Sydenham, right over to the far post. I headed down, and Burns seems to push it, and Burns rushes in and shoves it seems to shove it into the net. Whether or not it was in the net before he touched it, I do not know.
You think it was over the line?
Well, I asked the referee half-time, and he said it definitely was. He was going to give it.
Well, just watch now. We can look at this in slow motion. Here comes the crossover from John Sydenham. There you go, screaming in as usual, on the far post, up in the air, and bouncing down. Now, it touches the goalkeeper, beats him. Now, where's it going to drop? There it is. It's not in the goal yet. And there is a slight push, I think, from Frank Saul, and a diving Burns scrambling the ball into the net. What's the decision now, Ron?
Well, so it looks we'd be different on film, but I still hope to claim it anyway.
Nothing if not honest. Well, there was no doubt about the goal that came after that anyway. Whether you score 3 or 4, I don't think it's important as the significance of that win for Southampton going into Europe this year. But the goal after that, again, was a far post goal.
That's right. Another cross from John Sydenham once again.
Yeah, he had quite a useful game yesterday.
A very good game indeed, yeah. Terrific.
Here he is, out on the line,
There he goes, yes.
ready to whip the ball over, and you, as usual, are on the far post waiting to do your job of work. Here it comes. Acceleration again. That lovely acceleration. And a beautiful cross. Left foot this time, right in the air. And there you come. A real leap. Little bit of jostling going on there between you and your opponent, but there's no doubt about the ball going into the net at the end. What do you think about that pushing and shoving?
Well, you get this all the time in professional football, don't you? Yeah.
Do you think you pushed him a bit there?
Not really, no. I just got up at the back of him, you know, managed to get it in, yeah.
I'm rather interested because all those goals were scored on the far post, and we've seen on the big match, and we know these days so many are scored on the near post. Jeff Hurst gets rather more of his headers on the near post. Do you always go to the far post for crosses?
I always go to the far post, yes. I don't like going to the near post. I think it's a lot more difficult to get goals on the near post.
You do? You prefer to get the old-fashioned system?
The old-fashioned system, far post and bang.
Well, just let's say, we're talking of old-fashioned things. You got the last one by means of an old-fashioned shoulder charge, which was perfectly fair. We're going to see this in quick motion this time, you bursting through the middle to show that you can shoot on goal as well as head. And here it comes now. There's a long ball, you're racing for it. Bit of a shoulder charge. Whoops. Think that was fair?
Oh, very fair, yeah.
What about the Southampton side? Are they good enough to win Europe? I know you're in it and you've got a good first round.
Well, we've had a bad start to the season. We lost our first two matches. Our biggest disappointment was losing to West Brom, first match of the season. We went to Wolverhampton and they're playing well at the moment, you know. And as I say, well, the first two games we played a 4-3-3, and on Saturday we reverted to a 4-4-2.
Is the new system going to win you a European competition?
Well, I hope, we're all hoping so anyway, you know.
Ron, I hope it does. For your sake and for Southampton, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know about you, but I reckon that was 3 goals to Ron Davies and not 4. But a wonderful performance nonetheless, and we're of course very grateful on the big match that Ron took the trouble to drive up from Southampton to be with us on the programme.